Hello and welcome to yet another quick tutorial, and this is a follow-up tutorial on our Emit lights video. For those of you who have seen the video and have put it into practice, there's something that I want to show you quickly that would be of good help to you. Now, if you haven't, I would leave a link in the description or that at the top right where you can go check that video out. It basically shows you how to be able to emit light from any texture, most predominantly when especially you have TVs in your setups, like your interiors or whatever scenes you wish to achieve. And it helps with creating some realism in your renders. Now, for those of you who've actually tried it, you realize that if, let's say for example, in a quick setup that I've done of a conference room, let's say you come outside, we are in Eevee, we do not see much issues here. Now if we switch over to our cycles, this especially happens when you are in cycles. If I turn on my viewport render, let's give it a moment to render our scene out. Now, if you take a close look at the TV screen now, all you see is just white. And what is basically happening here is with the glass diffuse settings that we normally have in cycles, I don't know, it seems to be a problem, but we can't seem to view the texture from outside of the glass material that we have in front of us. So when I realized this, I've been trying my head around trying to quickly get a resolve for this, and luckily I chanced upon it, once I was just playing around the node setup that we have for our TV lights texture. So to do that, we'll quickly switch back to Eevee so that we can work a bit faster. And I'll select my TV, head back to my, okay, in this instance, this is the material setup. And let me delete this guy over here. And where the problem is actually coming from is our camera ray to the mix shader. We will need to add one more node over here to quickly avert that problem that we see in our cycles render. Now, the way to do this is to add in a math node. And we'll just link it up over here. Now with Eevee, it gives you this weird looking color mode when you add the add, but we would configure it better. Now let's come back out here again and switch back on to cycles. Let's give it a bit of a moment to quickly work its way out. So now that it's switched to cycles, what we will do is we'll take it over to maximum and switch our value to 1. Now with this setup, now if we switch back over to our Eevee, what we do have here now is our material setup for emitting lights working in Eevee and also cycles. So for those of you who run into these problems, this is a quick way to get around it and quickly get your setups going. Now, another quick tip that maybe I would add to this. Now, if you realize the light setup that we do have in here, we kind of see that behind the glass also there is some kind of white ring around our point lights. Now, when in the normal scene here, what you do you see is our normal lights that's emitted onto the ceiling, but beyond the glass, you see it has this problem over here. Now, to quickly just correct this, what we will do is we will select our lights, and all of these are linked, so one change to this can affect all the others. So when you are duplicating, you want to use the duplicate link, which is this one, and that's what was used to replicate all the light setups over here, so that we can make changes to one and to affect all the others. If you want to, then we can on the ones that you want to make specific changes to, you can unlink from the group in there. Now, I found this workaround on blenderartist.org, and what you simply need to do is just switch off our multiple importance. Let's give it a moment to render that out. It's a pretty loaded scene, but it will soon be done. And voila, we have our white ring funny looking thing on point lights readed off. But I think upon trying this, what I realized was it seems the illumination around the lights on the ceiling is lost when it's actually done through when it's rendered through the glass. So I think in a later video, I will come up with this quick tip on how to get this illumination around. But for those of you who have this issue when you're doing your interior scenes with glass and then with point lights, you get to have this problem, a quick solution is to get rid of the multiple importance. So that's it for today. It's a quick workaround on solving your light issues with regards to glass when rendering with cycles, and especially in reference to our emitted light material for TVs and whatever projections you want to do. Thank you for tuning in. Please subscribe, and we'll be having more tidbits along the way. And thank you very much.